A lot of Amazon sellers have no idea that they can sell literally hundreds of thousands of products on Amazon, no invoices needed. Getting ungated or approved to sell the big brands on Amazon that everyone's talking about is what held me back for way too long, and I don't want that to hold you back. And even though ungating is a lot easier than it used to be back in the day, in today's video, I'm going to be putting myself back in the position of a beginner Amazon seller, and together we're going to find some products that you can get auto-ungated to sell so that you can start getting the ball rolling on Amazon without any of the red tape. We'll get into the video in 1 second, but before we do, I wanted to let you know that I'm launching a brand new Amazon software that's going to save you a ton of time and money. We've spent a year on this project that's going to grow your Amazon business, and to celebrate, we're throwing a live launch party this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Click the link down below to get invited, tons of bonuses, exclusive discounts, and early access. I'll see you there. So I want to just start out by showing you a quick example of a brand that is auto-ungated and that you could start sourcing today. And this example is going to be ColourPop, right? So hopefully we're going to find much better items than this one today in today's video. But what we can end up doing is buying items like this one that's on sale for $5 just at big name brand websites like ColourPop in this example. And then we can sell that exact same product over on Amazon for a little under $15. And that's going to leave us with about a $4 profit. So we almost get to double our money selling this product that you can get auto-ungated to sell right now. And by the way, as we go through this video, I also want to let you know that I have an awesome freebie that you can download down below. It is a list of over 1,600 brands that you could get auto-ungated to sell on your Amazon store. And your mileage on this list might vary a little bit. Sometimes it's random what you can get automatically approved to sell, what Amazon asks for invoices on. So go ahead and check out this list. I'll leave it down below, and you'll be able to see how much potential there really is for your Amazon business without doing any of the ungating process. And what you want to do to figure out if a brand is going to be auto-ungated or not is to go ahead and plug in any random ASIN for the product. That's basically just Amazon's custom barcode scheme. Every product on Amazon has an ASIN, and you can go ahead and plug that into the Amazon Seller Central. And here you can see I was able to get this brand auto-ungated just simply because I've had an Amazon seller account. When you press that apply to sell button on the brand, it might ask you for some invoicing and all that kind of stuff. And I do have videos on the channel breaking all that down. That's not as complicated as it once was, but there's a ton of low-hanging fruit in these products that we can get automatically ungated to sell. So let's go ahead and find some together. So now that we know we can find big profitable name brand products all over the internet, I would suggest if you want to look for these auto-ungated products, look at websites like the ColourPop website where the whole website is devoted to a single brand that you're able to get auto-ungated. That's going to be a good opportunity. Just go ahead and start looking through, seeing what's on sale like we did with this brow pencil here. Another good option is looking at sites like this, where in this example, Sierra is basically just like a big clearance store more or less, and they have some really good discounts on a lot of different brands. Honestly, the clearance section of a lot of different websites, you can find some kind of more small niche brands. The bigger brands like Nike and Adidas, they're going to make you go through that ungating process. But on these websites, you can find some serious gems that are brands that you can automatically get approved to sell. So let's just go ahead and dive in here. Let's just check out like some of the men's section here and see what they got in terms of auto-ungated brands. And just so this video is as valuable as possible for you, I went ahead and scouted out a few brands that I was auto-ungated to sell. Some of these I was auto-ungated to sell a few years ago. So you should be able to get auto-ungated in these. But again, it can vary on what they will and won't automatically approve you to sell. But let's just go ahead and look at a few different brands and hopefully at least have a few of these auto-ungated, right? So the first brand I want to go ahead and check out with you is actually Chaco. I know that's a pretty popular brand. You might be surprised that you can automatically sell that. But for me, I auto-ungated Chaco a few years ago. My seller account was not nearly as seasoned as it is now. And so let's go ahead and just start checking out some of these listings and we'll see if we can find any of them profitably. And right now is also a great time to be looking at this type of product because it's the summer, right? So sandals are very popular right now. There's lots of people who are going outdoors, going to the river, that kind of stuff, right? So let's go ahead and start popping some of these open here. So we are paying $41 on these Chaco listings here. And what I want to do is start using the first paid product research tool that you'll really want to have if you're going to start selling on Amazon. And that's called SellerAmp. And SellerAmp is going to show us a ton of data about the product. And in this example, it's also going to show us the data about the product that we're actually looking at as well. For example, we can see we got the Mega Z Cloud here, and it seems like that might be the listing we're looking at. I might also check out this one here just to see if they could be the same thing. Here's another listing for the Mega Z Cloud here, another one right there. And the reason why we want to do it this way and look up as many of the different listings as possible is sometimes Amazon will separate different sizes and things will end up on a different listing, that kind of thing. And you might find one product that is not at all profitable on one listing, but it can be super profitable on a different listing. So hopefully we can find a example of that here. And yeah, so this is what we got. We got 41 bucks on these. The highest price on all these shoes is about $73. So we can just do a quick check. Let's see, 73, we paid paid 41 bucks. Okay, we could be making some money. So let's go ahead and dive in a little bit here. So what we want to start doing now is start looking at the Keepa chart. This is the other paid product research tool. You only need those two. They're each about $20 a month. And in this example, we can see that this product has a pretty good history of going for about $52. Obviously, if we buy for 41 and sell for 52 after Amazon fees, all that good stuff, we're not super interested in losing money every time we sell something, but we can use this to find the highest priced black sandals in this example, right? So let's just go ahead and pop open the variations here. And now that this is open, we can start filtering down and seeing if any of the ones that we have in stock currently are those really highly priced shoes, right? So here are size 7s that are decently expensive. Those are the $73 ones. Size 8. So what do we have? We have 10 through 13 on this one. Let's see. The most expensive size we have in stock are these size 10s right here. We're buying them for 62. So we make $4 profit there, but I'm not really in the business of making 10% ROI. I usually like to look for about 35% return on investment on these products here. So we're on the right track, right? So we found something that we can make profit on, but not quite enough so far. So let's go ahead and see if any of these other listings we might be able to sell some products on. The other thing I'm going to check here is to see if these are actually the same thing. Sometimes they can just call it different things. It's actually the same shoe. So I'm just seeing if it has the same design and all that. So a nice little buckle there. And yeah, it looks more or less the same to me. Let's go ahead and check and see if it matters. Because if it's not really that profitable, it doesn't matter. We can make the decision then. Let's see. So we do have the solid black right there. I just want to see if there's any significant difference. It looks pretty much the same. The tread, let's check the tread there. Yeah, that's what I usually like to check, just to see if it's like the same product or not. And in this case, it looks pretty similar. So let's see, we got solid black right here. So what we can do now is we can filter this Keepa variations chart down to only the solid black versions. And we can see there's only 2 of those on this listing. So we'll exit out and head on to the next one here. So this black listing right here, that one looks a little bit different than what we have at the Sierra website here. I see that pattern there. So that's probably not what we have. And then this one doesn't have the all black. So that's kind of the process of looking at one single product here. And now we'll probably speed it up a little bit so we can hopefully find something good together, right? So let's check this one out as well. The lowdown slides. By the way, that pop-up that just came up where like we can enter our email and get a big discount. That's another awesome way. You can do that as many times as you want. So that's another awesome way to add some margin to your business. A little bit of a tangent, but there's so many fun things we can do to make money on Amazon here. So let's see the Chaco men's lowdown. So a couple different versions of that. We're buying these for 25 and we have a lot more sizes this time. And we have the navies. So let's go ahead and check those out here. So variations. And now we just want to find, again, show me the most expensive navy colored sandals of this type. And we'll see if we can make some money. So let's go navy. We got lots of navy right there. 51 bucks. So if we sell for 51, we're buying for 25. So we're actually making money now. There's only one other problem here, and that's that Amazon is a competitor on these listings. So you see how on this chart, we can see that Amazon has a great history of being on this listing. They've been selling on it for a while, but we can see if they share sales with third-party sellers, right? That's kind of a misconception, is that you can't compete with Amazon. A lot of times you can't, but sometimes there's some products where you can, right? So this is a good example of one where we would not want to compete with Amazon, because you can see Amazon has about 96% of the buy box here. That means about 96% of the time when a customer looks at this listing, they're going to see that it says that Amazon is in the buy now or add to cart button. That's basically where all sales on Amazon go through. So if you're not winning that button, you're probably not making too many sales, and we probably want to skip something like that. We also have, I was also just double checking the patterns there. So let's see, 51 bucks. So this one's a decent example of where we could maybe compete with Amazon. Seems like they haven't given up too many sales recently. You see how when I mouse over the Keepa chart right there, how it turns orange and it shows me that the sunburn shipping, that small seller right there, was actually making sales and competing with Amazon. Right now, Amazon seems to be back on the listing, but this one's a little bit closer, right? So a week ago, this seller made a sale. 2 weeks ago, they made some sales. And so we're a little bit on the right track here. And let's see if we can find any of these that Amazon is sharing on. Want to keep it super transparent. So I spent a couple more minutes looking at 3 or 4 more of those Chaco products. Wasn't seeing much. So I want to move on to the next auto-ungating brand that I'm going to put you guys on here. And hopefully we can find a little bit more success here. But that's what selling on Amazon is all about. Even as a veteran, it can be hard to find some products in these auto-ungated brands. That's why I'd really recommend to go ahead and get ungated as soon as you can. But you can start looking at some of these to find some products in the meantime. So let's do the same thing. Start popping open some of these listings here. Whenever possible, if the website lets you sort by either top sellers is a good one, because usually top sellers are what's also selling fastest on Amazon. Or if you go discount high to low, you can obviously look at the very cheapest products on the website. Let's just go ahead and start popping open some of these here. And usually a good rule of thumb with products that you're sourcing is to look for stuff that is on the like simpler side. Amazon customers are usually buying like the black and whites, the 1-packs of the vitamins, like the really simple stuff that kind of everyone uses around the house day to day. So I'm just going to open up a few of these listings here. And like I said, we're going to start going through these pretty quick so we can disqualify products and hopefully find the best stuff as soon as possible. So this one, great example of something we can just immediately skip past. fast. And we would have to do a little bit more work if we weren't using a tool like SellerAmp, because we can see that a lot of these BSR, these bestseller ranks, are super high. Basically, the closer that number is to 1, the closer it is to the number 1 fastest selling product, and none of those are even close. Usually I'm under 150,000, maybe 200,000 if the ROI is pretty good. This one, let's check these out though. So these are 150,000 sales rank basically. They've got that other color, but I bet they have, yeah, they've got the color we're looking at. Unfortunately, we don't have any other colors here. And let's see. So we have the size 5 in stock at Sierra. Let's see, the size 5. These could be making us some money. Yeah, so 5803. We plug in that $30 buy cost right there. Yeah, so we're buying these for 29 actually. Yeah, so these are profitable, right? So we can definitely sell these. Estimated sales looks pretty good. The only downside is I noticed they only have one of those left in stock. So unfortunately, we're limited to making 15 bucks or so on that. Let's check out this next one. Also one in stock. Maybe they're profitable. We can just check it out real quick. But the fact that we found a profitable product on like the second product we checked, and this brand tells me that's something we should probably dig a little bit deeper on. And hopefully we can find something that has a lot more in stock that we can actually sell. Same problem here, but just for the sake of example, let's see if this one is profitable. Let's see. So these are, what are these? 40 bucks. They're selling for about 66 right now. Pretty good history going for 71 too. So not quite where we want profit, although this is a great example of a product where you could compete with Amazon. I know we were talking about that earlier. So you see how Amazon's almost always on this listing here. But if we check out the SellerAmp buy box statistics, you can see that Amazon is only getting 7% of the sales. So a lot of new Amazon sellers might completely skip over products where Amazon is a competitor, but you know better, you can dive in on that type of stuff, right? So let's check these out here. I mean, hopefully we have more than a couple of these. And yeah, in this example, looks like we got a couple of the 7s, at least a few, and then not too many of the 5.5s. But that's the nature of sourcing clearance. That's how it goes when you're sourcing products that are way cheaper than normal. This is also a little bit higher of a BSR, but since there's so many ratings, this tells me that the product probably sells pretty well. So let's check out these 7s here. So the 7s are 97. What were we paying? Oh, 51. Okay. So $51 buy cost. We're making about 23 bucks profit on these. Looks like this is another example where Amazon is on the listing, but as I mouse over it, you can see that buy box rotating back to third-party sellers. So we could definitely pick up some of these here. Not a crazy amount just because it is a slow selling listing, but I'd probably get 5 or 10, probably 5 just to keep it safe, especially as a new seller. You're trying to learn the ropes and all that. But that right there, finding 5 of those, that makes us about 100 bucks in profit there. So that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and check these out here. Let's see, pretty high sales rank. And yeah, we can just go ahead and skip right past. That just helps us disqualify products way faster. Let's just do a quick little skim here. Those could be good. Let's also check the best sellers just to see if any of those sell really well on Amazon too. So we can show you what I was talking about there. So let's check these out. So 8.5. I'm just going to skip these ones that have 1 left in stock just so we can find some really good stuff. Almost gone. So they probably have 5 or 10 since it's not saying 1 left. And honestly, it's not too bad if we're the one who comes in and takes the last couple of units, because then no one is competing with us, right? So we need the magnet/black colorway. That's what we got right here. So those are 83 for some of those other sizes. We're buying for 64. So hopefully we can find one of these at a high price. Let's see, 11.5. What price are the 11.5s at? Not the wides, the 11.5 right there. Magnet black. So those are 104. We're buying for 64, was it? 60, yeah, 64. These are $15 profit. The ROI is like a little bit lower than I would like to look for. Let's see, so 10. Let's see if the 10s are any more expensive than that. 10s are a little bit cheaper, 81 bucks. So let's go ahead and let's check out these next ones here. So really, you can see how you're able to get pretty quick at this kind of stuff, especially after you just get the reps in, all that good stuff. Lots of feedback on these, so that tells me that these probably sell at least decently well. And let's see, so these are 10, 11.5, 12, 13, and the colorway is Bison Potter's Clay. Cool. So these are, it's like 110 right now. We're buying for 50, so there could be some potential on this listing here. So Bison, go size 10 right there, 84 bucks. We're buying them for 50. Definitely a slower seller, so we'd want to see some really good ROI to make it worth it here. Go 11.5, 79, that's fine. Go 12, okay. And let's check the 13s here as well. 84. So a lot of those are close. Like, you just really want some more solid ROIs than that, especially in shoes, just because you do have a good amount of returns and stuff in shoes. So let's go ahead and see if this other one had that same color. I think that was not the same thing. Bison, yeah, so it's not the exact same thing there. So we're finding a couple of those Keen products, especially those taller boots. Like, these were a pretty solid find because we can get multiple, probably make 100 bucks or so on that. Another couple auto-ungated brands that I was scouting out here, we could check out Super Feet, and a lot of these are on clearance right now. These might be like specific and all that, but let's just go ahead and check it out. I've never sourced a lot of these brands, so this is the first time I'm looking at it live with you guys, but been able to find a couple so far, so that's pretty solid. So let's see, those right there. Might even just throw that straight into Amazon because there's a lot of different versions of this. Like I said, this is a new brand to me, but let's just go ahead and dive in and see what we can find here. So I want to go ahead and head back over to all these different things that are on sale. And like I was saying, we want to start with kind of the most generic looking, and it looks like these are like the main Super Feet branded stuff. So I bet we're most likely to find some stuff in this version, right? So let's let's go ahead and pop open the SellerAmp right here. And again, this is our third auto-ungated brand. So you should be able to sell these two. Okay, cool. So these are, we have like very small sizes here, but like a good size is 43 bucks and we're buying for 7. So there's a good shot that even though we're looking at a weirder size, there might be some profit. And it seems like there probably is. So this is that smaller size we're looking at. We're buying them for 7 bucks right there. And yeah, so we're making 387 profit. It looks good to me. there's like a bunch of different versions. Is this all the same thing more or less? Seems like it. I'm a little confused on these listings here, but seems like it's more or less the same thing. Same size and everything like that. Just like different colors, shades in the pictures. So maybe you could clean out all these different listings and sell it on this listing right here. But there is another profitable product in an auto-ungated brand. So yeah, we're finding good gems here. And this, again, this is just one website. Once you go down kind of some good rabbit holes and you start finding some good brands to check out, you can also start using the Google button right here. That's going to show you other places where you can get that same exact product on sale. So you can see like Superfeet, they have a website that we could buy from. So we could start seeing if there's any kind of like coupons going on, right? So we can check Capital One Shopping. They got some coupon codes here. We can see what's on clearance. And it's all about just going down rabbit holes, finding brands that are interesting, you're finding profitable products in, and just seeing what you can find from there. So hopefully this is super valuable for you, and now you understand how much potential is really out there for you as a brand new Amazon seller. If you didn't already, go ahead and check out this free auto-ungating spreadsheet that I'll leave down below. Like I said, it's got a ton of brands that you can go ahead and automatically get approved to sell. You're going to get different mileage out of that depending on your Amazon account, but I've seen people literally get hundreds of those brands auto-ungated as brand new sellers. So go test it out and see what kind of opportunities are actually available to you right now. If you guys did get value from today's video, please feel free to subscribe, hit that like button. All that good stuff helps me out with the YouTube algorithm for helping out your Amazon business today. And let me know if you have any questions, comments. I'm always happy to answer those down below. But I really appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.